Welcome back to my channel, everyone. It is a special kind of day with two of my dearest friends here in South Florida. Carlos, who you have now seen him many times, lugging a lot of my crazy heavy components. So it's always appreciated. And then Oz from Let There Be Sound. Check out his YouTube channel. Here is the person that I call when I need any sort of turntable help. I don't try to learn what he already knows because he's got about 33 decades over me when it comes to turntables, so I let him do his thing. So if you're looking for someone to set up your turntable, you have any sort of interest, go to lettherebesound.com. That's the website, right?
Yep.
The purpose of today's video is a very special video. A lot of people have been asking me, right, for a long time, to do a real blindfolded speaker cable comparison. So today is that day, the day in which we get to put blindfolds on, show your blindfolds, real blindfolds, and I am going to be the DJ essentially. So let me itemize, let me tell you how this is going to go down. All right, welcome back. So I'm going to go over all the specifics, how we're going to get this test conducted. All right. Number one, yes, one of the cables is a $27 oxygen-free copper speaker cable.
That's right.
Bare wires connected into a speaker that clearly is not the Sonos Faber SE17 because you can see them here tucked away in the corners. It is a different speaker, so please do not try to figure out what speaker it is. It doesn't really matter. And we are using, before I forget, two lavaliers in mono mode. Again, you're not gonna get the greatest feel in your house, like you're gonna throw a party or anything like that, okay? No, I am not gonna embark on buying a $30,000 microphone or anything stupid, okay? This is YouTube. The YouTube waves are always gonna compress the sound. This is so that you can hear me talk and hear them talk and hear the music, at least of, you know, a little bit of what's playing. That's it. All right, so don't start requesting microphones and all these crazy nonsense that I'm not gonna go into. But the purpose here, guys, is so that you two are my test subjects because clearly you are in the industry. You have systems. Your system, Magical A5 with Essence, last I heard, and I believe you had the Essence preamplifier, correct?
Yes.
All right, that's what you had. And obviously, Oz, what's your system right now?
I've got a system audio power speakers from Denmark and, some tube gear. I love tubes, so I got a lot of tube gear.
Love tube gears, yep. And so this is why I selected you both, because a lot of my naysayers, are you watching right now? Hit the like button, naysayers. They don't believe in cables. They think it's all a mind game, and they think that it is simply us knowing what cable's playing, right? What determines what we select. The mind plays tricks, according to them, and that essentially is what makes us select the more expensive, whatever, amplifier, speaker, cable, you name it, all right? So today we're gonna put blindfolds.
That's right.
And here's how it's going down. We have selected two songs. Each one of them has just selected two songs through title, okay? Songs that they know clearly, so we want to play a track that they, or two that they know deep down, and also we selected volume levels for them. So they heard the track with a volume level that they feel is enough, right? Both of them did that. They have a pen and a paper, okay, where they're going to write as they listen to the track that I'm going to be playing. They're going to write whether it is the cheap cable or the expensive cable, however you want to call it, you guys can write it, okay? And so they're going to write it that way. The person sitting next to each other, to them, they're not going to be biased by whatever the person sitting next to them chooses. And that's the point of keeping everything silent, okay, throughout the exercise. Any questions that you guys may have? Anything we haven't gone over?
Let's roll.
So you're pretty much ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready. Electronics, Griffin Apex monos. We are using the CH Precision 1.2 DAC with the Tyco Extreme Music Server. Okay, and cables, of course, I'm not going to mention because they shouldn't know what cables. If you're wondering, well, Jay, they just heard one cable already, right? They heard a cable already, so they're going to know already which one is the cable that you're about to play. No, not really, because what I am going to do is I have 4 sets of cables. One of them is going to be the bare, affordable $27 speaker cable, and then the second one is a cable they haven't heard. So they heard right now my AAI speaker cable.
Right.
The second one, you all are going to know which one it is. They're not going to see it because they're going to be blindfolded, okay? So with that said, go ahead and put your blindfolds on, my man, both of you.
Yeah,
it's
man.
time. Put them on. No cheating, please. We want to make sure the audience gets a real feel for this. I hope you're hitting the like button and subscribing.
Okay.
Right? Hope you're giving me that love for doing this. I'm bringing it to you now. So it's your turn to do this and subscribe, please. Now, you all are going to see the cable that I am going to be inserting. They have no clue. Don't cheat, please. Put it down. Make sure you guys are ready.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and show you, okay, what this is. I'm going to bring you the cable right now. No cheating. Don't look.
Scout's honor.
This is the speaker cable. Okay, you're seeing it. They don't know what it is. They're going to be very honest, and they're going to do it right, given the fact that this is something that really, that I think they're curious to know. Correct? Oz and Carlos, you guys are curious to know, right?
Absolutely.
I'm scared.
You're scared, Carlos? Why are you scared, Carlos?
You never know.
Okay.
Might get a surprise.
You might get a surprise, right? What do you think will happen, Oz? What do you think is your take on things?
I've done these before,
Okay.
and I've heard differences before. I've never heard this comparison, this blindfold test, with a system of this caliber. So my question in my head is, are these amps so resolute? Are they so wonderful? Are they so incredible? And the speakers are obviously at a very high level that they might kind of overcome the deficiencies that one expects from the cheaper cable. That remains to be seen. I will know right away whether there is a big difference between the two, and confusing to me will be if I can hardly tell there's a difference. Then we have problems. Because
if you guys don't nail it, you really are going to be screwed now. And I think
absolutely.
If you choose the wrong cable, this is going to be an opportunity.
Well, that's another thing, Jay, that we might be hearing the difference, but we're choosing the wrong cable. We assume the best sounding one to us is actually the cheaper one, right? That would be.
Well, see, the reason why I think they're going to be interested in hearing your take on what's what.
Yeah.
Is you're going to write, this is the audiophile cable.
Exactly.
That's it. You don't know what it is. Or this is the cheap cable.
Yeah.
And then we're going to show the results at the end, right?
It will be what it is. We have to be honest, right? We have to be honest with your audience. We have to be honest with ourselves. So it is what it is.
I think Carlos is really nervous.
Honestly, don't be.
Don't be. I think this is going to be a good test.
I think if we choose what we like better, then that's what it is.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good test. Okay, guys.
Okay, man.
We are ready. I'm going to get the amplifiers off of mute. And the first song that we're going to play is going to be
To
Rome, volume that you selected.
Correct.
52, and the other one's 54.
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to choose To Rome by
and I'll tell you when it's
Ted
enough. If I think after 30 seconds I've got the sound, then I'll tell you, okay, that's enough.
Oh, my heart is pounding.
Carlos, your job is, off axis, to write what you think is playing. And again, write audiophile or cheap cable. I don't care.
Yeah.
But this is your job right now to make sure you write what it is. Do not cheat.
Okay.
We're about to get the party started.
Let's do it.
Dead cold cables, I must add. Remember, I said to you guys the importance of letting cables settle in the system. Remember?
Yeah.
Right? I told you all.
Yeah.
And so we don't have that opportunity, unfortunately. So we got to choose 2 cold cables and go with it, which is what most people do at the store anyway, right?
Yeah.
They change cables that are cold and they make a decision based on what they've heard. So here we go.
There we go.
good?
I'm good.
Let us know, Carlos, when you're ready. Good? Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, guys, is I'm going to unplug the speaker cables
Yep.
and put in the next set of speaker cables. And now they're gonna be able to determine if this is the real audiophile grade cable
Correct.
or not the audiophile grade. This is why they can't write right now what's playing, because they need to hear the other one to understand.
As a reference.
Right.
And you're leaving the volume
All
at
right.
the same level. So
Yes.
all this changing is the cable.
So I'm gonna put the amplifiers on mute.
Right.
Mute. Let's keep the audience engaged, guys. What are you guys thinking? Talk to us.
That actually sounded very decent. So
Very decent. Okay.
very decent. Yeah. I mean,
I'll tell you when the next.
yeah, we will have a better idea.
Oh, no, I believe that. I believe you guys
Yeah.
are going to be honest.
Yeah.
All good for fun, man. This is how the audio, this is what the hobby should be like. And I'm even going to connect it, guys, on the same set of binding posts that the other cable
Okay.
used. Because remember, the Apex has 4 sets of binding posts
Yeah,
in the
that makes
back.
sense. That makes
So
sense.
I'm even going to use the same one.
Yes, the right way.
One speaker is done.
Okay.
Carlos, are you sweating?
Yeah.
I hope you're not sweating. It's gonna be so special for a lot of people. I hope this video does quite well. I think people right now are liking and subscribing because I wasn't gonna do it, but I also wanted to get real audiophiles in here to see if they can hear the difference, okay? So we're almost done here, just gotta do this last speaker.
Okay.
But I give you props for one thing. You're hearing a completely different system than what you have at home.
Yes.
And that makes it even that much harder.
That's right.
Very much.
Because we're
very
not
much
as
so.
intimately familiar with everything as you are. You live with it every day, so we don't.
All right, so we're going to play the same song, guys.
Okay.
Ready to
Same
go.
volume. Go for it.
Volume has not been changed.
Yep.
So,
Let's do it.
ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. The same song.
Yep. I'm good if Carlos is good. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to keep the same cable to roll over to the next track.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't have to do this
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
a lot.
It's already attached.
It's already attached, right? So it makes the process faster. So the next song that we're going to play is
Evil Dub.
Evil Dub.
And you got 2 more levels on the volume to 54.
54.
Yes.
Volume 54, and
Yep.
we are going to Evil Dub. Again,
it.
this is a song that Oz selected.
Yep.
good, Carlos?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna switch cables now.
Cool.
I'm gonna put these.
Oh my God.
I know, because that's a really good song. It has
a really good song.
Spatial
Hopefully,
things
you
going
guys
on.
have short-term
Very
memory.
wide effects and whatever. So I'm looking for some of those trails, you know, when it had a bit of an echo. I presume, you know, one cable will be less successful at,
A lot of assuming, but
yeah, it's,
I guess you're gonna win a $27 speaker cable today. Awesome.
yeah, that will be the,
the law of diminishing returns is huge, by the way, between these two cables that I'm playing. So you're not gonna know what's playing, like I said,
Right.
but there is.
you will do a reveal at the end, all right?
Oh, yeah,
for
for
your
sure.
audience
Yeah,
and
you
for
guys
us,
need
so
to
we
know what you
what's
selected.
Yeah, okay.
In front of the cameras, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Everyone will know,
Okay.
and you will know, and we're gonna get a reaction from you as well. Just checking, making sure that.
Same song, same volume.
Yeah, making sure that there's nothing out of phase.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's easy to make a mistake.
Sure.
So, all right. So, I'm gonna play the same song again.
Yep.
Here we go.
54 level.
Yep, same. I haven't touched that, so
Yep.
we are going back to the same song.
Okay. I think I'm done.
Okay. So we're halfway through. 2 songs now.
That's it. Now
you
we
guys-
gotta switch.
You gotta switch
places.
spots now.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah.
just
Bring your water with you.
get up. Yep. You know you don't even need to see where you're going with this, but just
You
switch.
go in front of me. I'll go behind you.
They're
Where
blindfolded
are
for
you?
real, guys. All right. Keep going straight. You're gonna hit your leg, and then you can just go. Keep going. There you go. Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Here's
This
your
is
water,
it.
Carlos.
Water.
Your water.
Now we're gonna do. I'm gonna do
There you go.
the next one. This is gonna be what song, Carlos? First,
Over the rainbow, Melody Gadot.
Over the Rainbow, Melody Gardot, and I'm gonna play this third track that Carlos,
Yeah.
his first track. Volume level, I'm gonna look at it. 50.
50 for both of his, yeah.
50.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the meantime, while you guys listen, I'm gonna write the sequence in which I've done it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
share
so
it
you
with
don't
you
lose your
guys.
place, yeah. Go for it.
Okay, let's go.
Here we go. Over the
Okay.
Rainbow.
Over the rainbow. Cable 1.
No. That amp is not, I don't think this speaker is playing. Hold on. It is. Sorry.
It is.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
You guys are good?
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables that sometimes people don't take into account with these tests, but I think we're trying to do the best we can, okay? Of course, expect a few people to make some stupid demands and, oh, you didn't do this, oh, you didn't do that, this is fail, this is flawed, this is not good. Expect that, guys. Expect that when you read the comments, okay? And they fail to appreciate the work here. The, you know, having to get you guys to come out or your busy day to do this and, you know, when you could be doing something else with your family.
As this, I already know that the way this track, which is his track, sounded, to me already sounded different than the first time I heard it when he was choosing it, which was with the third sample cable.
Keep in mind, but the first cable,
it's not part of the equation.
it's not part of the formula.
It's like it's a different cable.
It's a different cable.
So
right.
that proves
the cable
that
you
they
heard
sound
it with
different.
was my cable line, authentic audio image.
Yeah.
That was the cable that you heard it with.
Yeah, it sounds different than that.
So, you know, that's
There is that difference.
same track.
Yeah, same volume.
Here we go. Stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, sky is all blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow.
You're good?
Good too. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, same volume, 50, I believe.
I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. If my body was a boat, could you steer that sailor? Make it feel like it's a 1960s Hollywood trailer. Old school I like. Classic like cars, classic like Elizabeth Taylor. Need you to romance me, I need to give another take. What I need is 'cause I could love you if I really wanted to. You could be my glass of wine. Sunset, let me exhale, I'm exes, baby, baby, would you make it alright? Or maybe that much better. If you wanted, you could make it all worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it. Ooh, wanna see the sunrise with you, make it that much better. So we're gonna make
I'm
it
good.
all worth it.
All right, so
Worth it, worth it.
final cable. All right, I'm gonna swap. Last time I'm swapping.
Yeah.
So I guess this is gonna be to compare the cable that you just heard
Right.
to this one that I'm about to swap out to.
It should confirm what you heard on track 1, but if it swaps, then shit, we have a problem, no? I wonder how high of a cable he went with the audiophile.
Am I taking those $25 speaker cable home today?
Whoever wins gets it.
I mean, it's gonna be great.
If that shit is true, I'm selling my cable.
Well, you're selling them, right? You're gonna be. That's it. I mean, that's fine. Some might say, Jay, the right way of doing this test is actually by you using an entire cable loom. XLRs
that's true.
from Amazon,
Right.
the cheap ones, power cord stock, right? And then we do the full swap of power cords, XLRs.
But what we're doing now is
It's
just
still-
the last piece.
It's still valid.
From the amp
yeah,
to the
it's still
speaker.
valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You feeling confident about what you've been selecting, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the ears don't.
Yeah. You're selecting what you're liking better, for sure.
Right, exactly.
And that's the bottom line.
No, you're not selecting what you like better. You're selecting based on the performance what you think is played. Because remember, we haven't talked about maybe you prefer the cheap cable in a certain song. You
Totally.
don't know,
Absolutely.
right? So
And we gotta
that's-
own that. If that's what we chose, we gotta own it. We can't say, oh well, if that's what we like better.
I think
that's what we
people are
like
going to have
better.
more respect if you guys just listen. This is what I selected, and I stand
Yeah.
behind it. That's it.
I would
And-
not
but
be embarrassed if that's what I chose.
But I also want for the viewers to understand the complexity of such test
Yeah.
in someone else's system, highly revealing system,
Very
right?
highly
To
revealing.
come in here and
Right.
pretend like you're driving essentially someone else's car that you've never
Right.
driven before.
That's right.
It's like, how hard is it? How can you get out there and be a better driver than the person who drives it, unless you're
Yeah.
like a professional driver, right? And we are playing the final time,
Yep.
this fourth song, same volume level, folks. Please hit the like button right now, okay? If you're having fun with it, I expect you to hit the like button, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Here we go.
I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. If my body was a boat, could you steer that sailor? Make it feel like it's a 1960s Hollywood trailer. Old school, I like. Classic like cars, classic like Elizabeth Taylor. Need you to romance me, I need to give another take. What I need.
You good? I'm good.
Cool.
We can take the
Blindfolds
now.
come
Yeah.
off.
Woohoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come
Yeah.
to reveal
Man.
what you selected. This is the type of exercise that my audience has been begging for. All right, here we go. Okay, the first exercise.
Yes.
All right, first one. First song you heard, first track.
Yes.
It was the audiophile-grade cables. Should be A. What did you have? A, first one.
I actually chose C.
So cross it as wrong. Cross it
Yeah,
as wrong.
wrong.
So you know the first one is wrong, the second one is wrong automatically, right?
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So the first song, they have the first song completely inaccurate.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Yeah, incorrect.
Say they selected the first song to be the cheap cable,
Yeah.
when in reality it was the audiophile-grade cable. And the cable that we were using is the Vanta series Griffin cables.
Ah.
Okay?
Interesting.
Completely different presentation.
Shit.
Okay. And then on track 2,
Okay.
I chose A and C. The
So
inverse.
track 2 is C and A.
You know, you and I are the same.
Yeah, we're the same. We
Track
heard it.
2 was,
Yeah,
so
we
they
got
have
it wrong.
track 2
Wrong,
incorrect.
Yeah.
Incorrect, completely incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Track 3, what's the order that you have?
Easy.
AC.
Wrong, C and A.
Oh my God. So by default, we got
Track-
the last song C and A.
Track 4,
C and A.
CNA.
wrong.
Wow. So we
so-
heard the same thing.
so-
we chose the
we
cheap
heard the
cable.
same.
So they all fail at
Yeah.
every step of the way. Every single track you fail. Good and land 1.
Pero lo extraño es que escuchamos lo mismo.
What?
Yes.
They heard
Yeah.
the same
We
thing.
heard the same thing.
You heard the same thing.
We heard-
So I think what you're doing here, though, is one thing that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay? You were going for a little more of the warmer sound and selected that as your not so good cable. And you were going with the tilted top end, bright or livelier kind of feel
Yeah.
for the more expensive cable.
You're right.
And the reason for that is, remember, cable settling time is a thing. The Griffin Vantas need time, and once you put them in the system for some time,
Yeah.
they open up.
Oh, okay.
They open up, they begin to glow, and that detail.
So that means that we are right.
No, you're technically right
I'm technically
because
right.
you're basically kind of thinking about it along the lines of, oh, this cable sounds very dull and warm in comparison to the other
But
one.
if you know by fact that
Right.
it's gonna change, that
Right.
means that I would choose that.
And so it would
Maybe,
make
yeah.
sense that you
Yeah.
chose the dull or warm cable as the cable that was not the great cable, and the one with a lot more sparkle as the great cable.
Right.
But the reality is, again, the Vanta is naturally warm when you first insert it.
Okay.
As time passes,
So you're-
changes.
you're
So
tricky.
this is
You're tricky.
no, I didn't trick. I just feel like what happened was a perfect example of what happens when you go to a store. If you go to a store and you hear like my authentic audio image cables, it's a very much a detailed cable, right? This is the first cable we heard
Yeah.
in the system. It's a very detailed cable. What happens is, if you get out to a store and you hear an ultra detailed cable, like the like the speaker cables that are $27 that you heard being very bright, it will sound, whoa, a lot of detail. But when you sit there over time, you start feeling the effects of the fatigue and lack of refinement that a speaker cable may have. So what I'm trying to get at is doing these quick A and Bs, and I said it on a previous video, it is not the right way of doing things, and you could easily be fooled. The right way of doing things is letting the cable sit, come and listen and go away. The problem is, how do you remember what you heard 3 days ago? It's impossible for you to remember and go home and come back 3 days later and tell you, okay, I already heard the cables already, 3 days of playback time, and then go away, go home and come back to hear the other. It's hard for you because your memory doesn't have that. It's more of an A and B, what we did, immediate A and B. But one thing is for sure, they selected the same cables
Equally,
on every
yeah,
song,
on every song.
based on the warmth, and they associated that warmth to a dull, not so good cable, and the ultra detail, high frequency of the cheap cable as this got to be the good cable. Makes sense. Logically, it makes sense. The Oz is already,
we have the
Oz
same-
is like having trouble
we
understanding.
have the same.
Which, yeah, I feel
heard
good
the
about
same-
that.
yeah.
That we both kind of heard the same, what we heard. We prefer.
That's
what we
incredible. They
preferred.
selected the same single cable as the audiophile cable on every song. 4 songs, 4 out of 4. So it's a very interesting thing.
But I will qualify with the following: what turns out to be the cheaper cable, they didn't sound bad.
No, it didn't sound bad.
So I think what happened was that the other cable it needs so much more
Time.
conditioning
Yes.
to come up to speed
Absolutely.
that we might choose that eventually. But the cheaper one did not suck. It's the thing that's the takeaway from
we
it.
don't know yet, initial- the initial feeling.
No, but if it were evil in some way, I would have detected it. I
get
my
it.
ears weren't bleeding, even though it was a little bit more open. I wasn't. Believe me, I know bright and nasty when I hear it, and it was not like that.
Well, it is also very difficult to detect
were not
bright
harsh either.
and harsh when technically, I mean, we really didn't have the volume at full blast.
Yeah, we weren't
It's
really.
like when you have a volume level that is tolerable,
Yeah.
right? It's hard to detect a bright cable because you're not exactly taxing your hearing listening to a bright cable. Think about it. You can get any cable that's arguably a bright cable. Nordos is accused of being a bright cable. If you listen to Nordos at a low volume, you can't get fatigue. It's impossible to get fatigue. You just get a lot of detail, but you don't get fatigue because you're not throwing enough sound at you to get you to be fatigued. But when you crank up to a moderate volume and you sit there, that's when the
for
real
hours.
test begins.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then you realize the cable opens up and you understand, okay, this is a little too tilted up for me or too warm for me. So that's how you have to see it. But I give you both kudos for putting yourselves through this test with a completely different speaker
Yeah.
that you haven't even heard.
Right.
Sonos fibers are on the sidelines. You will get to see soon. Overall, are you surprised at your findings, or are you kind of more connecting the dots with what I explained to you about the
No,
brain?
no, it makes sense what you say.
Yeah.
It
Settling
makes
time.
sense.
Yeah.
The settle time, you need to.
You
Yeah.
need to do it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to do it. I was telling some friends that, they're always doing the changes, A and B. I'm like, you need to chillax.
Yep.
You need to connect it, wait
Yeah.
5,
Let 'em
6
settle
days,
for
let
a
'em
few
settle.
days,
Let 'em
yeah.
settle.
So the whole system gets,
Flowing.
electricity
Yes.
and everything flowing.
Yes.
And after that, then you decide. But if you do A and B, in
May I
seconds-
ask how long you've had the Griffin cables for?
I've had them
Are
for
they
some
fully
time.
broken in
Yeah,
your
they're fully
view?
broken
Okay.
in, but they have been off the system for like
For a
3
while.
4 days.
Okay.
So they haven't been connected into the system at all. I had the authentic audio image connected to the system when you guys arrived. Those have been playing since I got the speakers yesterday.
Yeah.
So they've been playing all night, actually. They were playing music all night long.
And just for a reference, what's the MSRP of the Griffin cables?
The MSRP
A
on the
10-foot
Griffin
fair
cables
or
is
whatever they are.
about $20,000 for a 2-meter, 2.5 meter run.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, and the $27 speaker cable. So the law of diminishing returns.
It's
A
just-
lot of folks there ask me all the time.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I circle back to the actual intent of this video.
Yeah.
The intent is to just say, which we need to answer that question. Did you hear a difference with cable?
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
you hear the
Yeah.
difference.
It's
That was
undeniable. That's the main
That
thing.
was the original. The
Well,
original
as a-
question
as a-
is,
as a matter of-
cables don't make a difference.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Yeah.
they should have sounded the same.
Yeah.
As
Which
a matter of fact, we have the same answers.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that question is answered. for
It
those
would have been the
people.
icing on the cake if we had chosen the expensive one as the victor, but we didn't. So at least we match. So we're hearing the same, and we heard differences.
So
that's the bottom line.
You heard the
Yeah,
difference,
Yeah.
which is what we originally wanted to answer.
Yeah.
People say
Yeah.
there's no difference.
Oh,
in cables.
totally.
The
Totally.
reason why I did not use
Yeah.
the MITs is because they have a network box.
Yeah,
People are
it's
complaining
yet
about
another
that, having a key-
another variable.
EQ
Right.
and all this
Yeah.
crap, right?
Yeah.
So the takeaway is cables. You heard the difference. They
Yeah.
make a difference.
Definitely.
One was warmer than the other.
Yeah.
That in itself, there is a difference.
Yeah.
Just with that. And then secondly, people are always asking, oh, well, did you hear a difference? Yes. Well, how much more is that other cable? That's a whole different conversation.
Right.
Because the law of diminishing returns is huge on anything, even cars. Right? We see the car with 500 horsepower be 50 grand, and then the one that's 700 horsepower, $80,000, right? 60% more expensive. So that becomes more a matter of your budget. And I believe these manufacturers are not building expensive stuff for everyone like you and I. It's more like somebody out there wants that extra 5%. Maybe it's 5% extra performance. If someone wants to pay to get that extra 5% and pay 50 grand, no problem. But most people reason it by saying, oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's better, but it is not $50,000 better. Nothing ever is. Like,
Yeah.
the delta is never proportionate to the improvements. The delta, financially speaking, the money involved, the difference, it's never proportionate to the performance that you're gaining. Does that make sense? If it's 5%, that extra 5%, that extra 7% in anything, cables, amps, preamps, speakers, can cost you a hell of a lot more money.
Yeah, that's true.
And people need to just come to the realization that there are some folks out there that are willing to pay that extra cheese, that extra money, that extra dough to have that extra 5%.
Yeah.
They have the money. And so the problem is people hate on those players
Right.
that can afford it. Which is stupid, because why would you hate? You're just hearing that there is a difference. You're hearing that it is a marginal improvement, if any, and the person has the money to spend it. What's the hate on that? You see what I'm saying? There shouldn't be any hate. But anyway, that's neither here or there. I think we've answered the question of, do they make a difference? Yes, you heard the difference.
Yes, we heard.
In my
I
system.
heard of that.
That's all that matters. So there you have it. Test has been conducted, completed in a controlled environment with my two friends here. And I want to thank you for,
You're welcome.
again,
You're
for
welcome.
being here, and of course, taking time out of your busy day to come out here and be part of this. This is actually exciting.
It was fun.
It was
And
fun.
thank you
Yeah,
for
shocking
inviting
but
us.
fun.
It was fun.
All right.
For inviting us.
Folks, that's all I got.
All right.
Stay tuned for more, and please subscribe to the channel and like this video. Comment below your takeaways from this exercise. Comment below. Let me know what you think about what we did today. Don't be haters. Don't be a hater. Don't be saying, oh, this should have been done. in many other ways.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's stupid. Just take it for what it was and give me some comments. Give me some constructive criticism, feedback. I may do another one down the road. Okay, not anytime soon, but that's all we got for today. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.